Hello and welcome to another entry of The Blind Photographer. In today's entry I'm hoping to get some pictures of little birds feeding on a bird feeder. I have a few of them dotted around the garden. Some are seed, some are mealworm, some are fat ball, and some are peanut as well. Although the peanut doesn't really seem to attract too many birds, whereas the mealworm seem to attract magpies, and the seeds seem to be more for wood pigeons at the moment. So I'm hoping that the little birds are going to fancy some fat balls in this feeder here, which I will hang off of the back of the shed there. There's a blackberry bush and a bay tree just behind it, and notice quite a few little birds love flying in around there feeding on the blackberry, so I'm hoping that this one being slightly closer I might just draw them out and get some pictures, and hopefully these fat balls will do the trick. I got this bucket from a local shop which was about £5 for 50 fat balls, so I'm hoping that they're going to be irresistible to those little fellas, and I might get some shots with them, so I'll hang that one up in a second. For those who haven't seen the first video, I am registered blind. I have less than 5% of vision left. Best way I can describe what I do see, or my field of vision, is when you're typing on a keyboard and you look down at it and you see all the letters. If I look at one letter, say the letter G, I'll only see the letter G. I won't see any of the keys around it at all. That is just my little bit of focus area that I have. So doing wildlife photography will be a challenge, but I'm hoping with the equipment and patience and time and help we will get there and get some decent pictures. But in the meantime, let's get this one hung up, and then I'll pop back in, go through the equipment that I have, and then we'll go and get some shots, hopefully of some birds feeding. Brilliant. Okay, so now that the bird feeder is outside, hung up, ready for some birds to come and feed on it, I thought I would take this chance to talk about the equipment in which I have. Starting with the camera, which is a Canon 550D, and the reason I bought this one, quite a few reasons. First of all, it had a good write-up for a good entry beginner's camera. You know, I want to do landscape and wildlife photography, and with less than 5% of eyesight left, it's like, is it going to be something I can do? If not, I don't want to spend out too much money just yet, you know, ease my way in gently. So it had a good write-up. They do say wildlife photographers like to use the 7D, Canon 7D, I believe, and apparently this one's close, not too far away, but obviously it is an entry level camera. The other reason is because it has a LED screen at the back, which I will try and turn on. And the reason I've done this is because it has live view. So when the camera is pointing at an object, instead of looking through the normal viewfinder, you can put it on the LED screen, which is a nice size, to be fair. And I thought that this would help myself in maybe with the photography. So that's why I went for the camera. Lens wise, well, I have three, to be fair. As you can see on here, I've got the Canon 70 to 300mm lens, which is a 5.6. Again, I believe this one is entry level, and what I will be using to get some pictures, hopefully, of little birds on the bird feeder. And the other lenses that I do have, I keep in a shoebox. I don't yet have a camera bag. Just trying to find one that will best suit me and cost as well. So the other lens I have, which is again entry level, which is a 18 to 55 5.6mm lens, which I haven't really used too much of this lens, if I'm completely honest with you. It seems to be the 70 to 300, but I do have quite a nice lens here, which I'll just get out for you. And this lens here is a Canon 24 to 70. It's a L lens, a professional lens, a 2.8, and this is by far my favourite lens. I purchased this one not too long ago. It was recommended that I get a lens between the two, and it was also recommended that I get something that is a 2.8, so it lets in more light, because when I look through those ones, although I can see, this one makes it so much better because the amount of light that it's letting in, it's absolutely incredible. And this is where I would like to get maybe a Canon 400mm 5, or into like the Sigma 150 to 600, but this is a lovely lens. The amount of light, like I said, that it lets in, and it just seems to work my camera better. It seems to be a lot smoother. Again, I don't know much about photography at this stage, but I am doing my best to learn, and there's a lot of weight in this lens, and I think it's a USM L lens, and yes, it's absolutely lovely. So I popped that one back in my shoebox where I keep it all, with some bubble wrap. So those are the three lenses and the camera that I have. I do have a Nikon pair of binoculars for when I'm out and about and looking to find animals to take pictures of, or nice scenery and so on. So I've got a really nice pair of Nikon binoculars as well that I like to use. So that is the equipment. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go up to where I have set up my tripod for the camera, which should aim straight down onto the bird feeder with nice focus. And we're going to see if we can get some shots. Now, my birthday wasn't too long ago, and I actually got given a trail cam, which is something that I've wanted for a while, which I think will help because I do want to take pictures of wildlife out in the woods and so on, and I'm thinking that a trail cam would allow me to kind of check the area out without being there to see what animals turn up, what time they turn up and so on. But I've got the trail cam outside as well, pointing in the same direction to see what bird shots that might get for us as well. So hopefully we'll have some nice footage, but we're going to see how we go. It's a bit quiet out there, not too many birds chirping, and it's a bit cloudy, so we'll see. If we don't get anything today, then I'll be out first thing in the morning as soon as the sun comes up and see if we can get some shots then as well. So fingers crossed. But let's get up, get the camera set up and see how we go. Okay, so it's 8 o'clock in the morning, and no birds have turned up yet, but I'm hoping that once the sun breaks through, which it does look like it's trying to, and the drizzle is starting to ease off now, that the birds are going to start to make an appearance. So Sunday morning, 8 o'clock, maybe they just fancy their lion, especially in this weather. But I'm hoping that as soon as that cloud burns away, we'll be able to get some nice pictures, hopefully. But I do have the trail cam down to the left, which is shooting right across to the right hand side of the garden where the blackberry bush is. That's where they like to hide and feed on the blackberries. So I'm hoping that will also pick up some nice pictures as well, and it'd be interesting to see what we've got on that later actually. But let's give it a bit more time. Got myself a cup of tea, and we'll just see if anything turns up. It might be a case of later on this morning, mid-morning, when they come out to feed. If not, afternoon when it gets the warmest part of the day. But yeah, we'll stick it out and see how we get on. Oh, he's a pretty one. They're going nuts for this. Oh, yes. Something has just scared them off. What was that? What was it? Oh, no, he's there, he's back. Oh, brilliant. I'll stop a second because the bird feeder is rocking to and fro quite a bit, where one of those birds just kicked off as he took off. But I'm hoping that they're coming up from the blackberry bush, which I thought they would. I've got the trail cam down this side, shooting across. I'm hoping that it's getting some shots of them in that blackberry bush. Hello. It's hanging on right at the bottom there. There's one at the top and one down the bottom. That's brilliant. Makes... Oh, is that another one? Yeah, there is. I'm going to have loads of pictures of them, but I don't care. It's brilliant. Makes getting up early this morning worthwhile when it was all grey and miserable and wet and windy. Breeze is still up a bit, but it's come out really nice. And they're just down in that blackberry bush. Actually, there's some more on it now. Just seen that one fly across. Oh, it's too late. There he is. Oh. I know it's only garden birds, but it's exciting. It's brilliant. I love it. And I was out here earlier just potting about, waiting. Got asked to do something, and as I started doing that work, they all decided to start feeding. I was like, oh, I can't get the camera out in time, so I thought I'd missed it, and I set the camera up, made myself a coffee, which is down there on the table, and I haven't had a chance to drink it because as I brought it back out, they were feeding. Absolutely brilliant. And it is all little birds. Yeah, it's all little birds, which is what I was hoping for. I was worried about pigeons and magpies and everything else going for it, but I don't know what type they are. I think they're houseboats, I really do. Oh. Bit of fighting going on down there actually. But they seem to love those fat balls. On that feeder, on that shed, I did put fat balls down here, but they don't seem to be too keen. I don't know if it's too close to the ground, because the neighbours have cats. So I don't know if that's part of it. But then you might find more shelter from that bush than that bird feeder there. Oh, it's got a beautiful tail. The way it's just holding on, finding grip. There you are, nice. So he's come right around the other side of the cage. Oh, I might have got that one landing. Oh, crikey, there's 3 on there now. 4. And that's the thing, like, with using my camera, I can get right in close with this lens and I can see things that I cannot see from here. From here, so I can see the bird feeder and I can see that there's about 4.5 fat balls on there now. And you can see the birds flying in, but it's very blurry and it's only a small amount of vision that I have, so it's nice that the camera and the lens will let me get up close to it. And I think this is where my wildlife photography is going to be coming from, so I think it's going to be more of staking out, knowing where the animals are going to be and having my camera ready instead of being quick fire, bang bang bang. I've got to wait for the animal to come to me. Oh, that's a nice picture. I'm trying to keep that bird feeder in focus as it's swinging around with the amount of birds attacking it. Great sense of achievement. And I know it's only birds and it's not lions in Africa and tigers in India and things like that. But it's great. It really is. Such delicate little animals. Oh. Oh, that there's pretty. Hello, my friend. Oh, beautiful. It's got such beautiful eyes. I could just stay here and watch it for ages. You ain't getting bored of that. That is beautiful. Oh. Wow, wow, wow. fantastic, absolutely fantastic. I guess I'm going to be drinking my coffee code because I can't stop watching it. I'm going to see how these pictures come out in this light. It is still really quite cloudy. It's bright and glary to myself, but how it would be to other people, I don't know. And I know they say about pictures, the light needs to be correct, and sometimes the light can be too harsh, or it can be too flat. I don't know. I'm not sure, but what I'm going to do is obviously put these pictures up so everybody can see, and let me know what you think. Like, leave a comment and let me know. It'd be interesting to get thoughts from everybody. What I've tried doing is getting the bird feeder, trying to get the bird feeder bang, real sharp focus, and the bush behind it to be blurry. Kind of seen it. Kind of seen a lot of pictures like that, with like tigers, you know, with like the trees in the background all blurry on the snow and things like that, and pictures of birds in flight with the birds flying towards them and the background's blurry. So that's what I've tried to do here, and I'm hoping I've pulled it off. I'm not sure. This is my first attempt, so and I mean that. This is really my first attempt, and I'm absolutely made up with that. So I'll try taking pictures in the first video that I done, shooting from inside the shed across to this side, trying to get the birds on the post. What I struggled with that was the little bird that came and visited, which was I believe a house sparrow, was it blended in too much with the background and the post for myself to spot it. So I need to make sure that the conditions are bang on correct for me to be able to spot the animal. Okay, so unfortunately the battery on the video camera ran out, but I carried on, and we actually got some really nice pictures, especially when the sun came out at the end there. So I'm going to leave you with those images now. Hopefully you'll enjoy them. Please feel free to find me on Facebook or to leave any comments or feedback. Until next time, take care.